What's up, YouTube? Spirit today coming at y'all another video. Today's video we'll be talking about the powers that I unlocked during my human experience that I know of through knowledge and this time in my experience. Now, January 1st and 2nd, I have smoked weed back to back. I don't usually do that. I do it at least like once every second week, or I do it like once a week or some shit. But that's not even really often. Like I barely do it at all. So it's like every 2 weeks I do it at least once or twice. And I do that for more spiritual growth and spiritual awakening, just for a tool to help me prosper in my human experience and shit. But I chose to do it back to back. Now, I didn't do it directly during the day. I did it during the nighttime, like during like 4 or 5. Like earlier that day, when I did it the day before January 1st, I did it around like 1 o'clock or 12 something, 12 to 1 o'clock. Today I did it around, it was some, not matter of fact, yesterday, sometime during yesterday I did it around, what time was it? Around 4 or 5, around 4 or 5. And because of that, the main reason why I waited is because with weed I can still feel aspects and effects of it inside my system. Still, I feel the vibration that I am on when I am lifted by the weed, even when it has wore off. It doesn't fully wear off for me until like uh, about 2 or 3 days. It's weird because you would think this is uncommon, because you think this is kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but in a way you probably think that's not humanly possible, but it is for me. I still feel the effects regardless. That's why another reason I don't smoke like that, because it opens my third eye to a higher level easily and very rapidly. So it's crazy. If you understand the concept of the third eye and everything, all the components that go within it, you know how crazy that shit is. Now imagine me doing it twice, back to back, you know what I'm saying? And on top of that, today I woke up at 5 o'clock because of that shit. It didn't even really wear off, but I woke up and it was 5. I stayed up for like 2 hours looking at research about astrology and, you know, all this spiritual shit. And then around like 7 or 8, I was talking to this girl about spiritual shit. I was talking to her about astral projection and shit, trying to give her clues and tips about this shit, which I will make a video on. And out of nowhere, in the middle of this video I was watching, I literally fell asleep. And I felt my consciousness, I felt the soul of myself. Like, and it was overwhelming. Like, I literally felt God, and it's like, because of how strong the presence was of myself, and it was actually me. I could feel it. The presence was inside of me. It was so strong. It was a good vibration, but the vibration was so strong and heavily and tapped that I could not contain with it. I literally had to leave my astral projection just because of how strong it was. Like, I could not move or anything. I just felt the vibration. I just felt the vibration. Things were turning to a certain color, which was blue and purple. And I couldn't really do anything. I was just sitting there, and at that time I felt very, very powerful. But the only thing I was focused on was protecting myself, because I know when I reached that vibration and that energy, I knew there's countless things that could happen because of knowledge that I'm not informed with. So my most important feature, and I think an aspect, is to make sure I am safe. So I try to do this on some Wakanda shit with both of my arms and shit, but I can't. I realized that I can't move. I can feel the presence of my sister being up and shit, walking around and shit, but it's like, because I'm in this astral projection, I can't do anything. This is like the first time, like, I couldn't really do anything during my astral projection. But it's just because of how overwhelming, strong, and powerful I was. Like, it wasn't like on a physical level. It was on 100%. damn near 1,000% spiritual level, and I was so damn powerful. I could not do anything. Like, I was telling my guys, I was like, protect me, guard me, guard me. But I said it in my head because I was trying to say it out loud, and it came out like I couldn't even say it. But the spiritual power of myself was so heavy and strong that I could barely even move. I literally had to wake myself up because I couldn't maintain it. And I didn't know if I was going to get to the astral projection because of how strong I was, which I don't understand because it was like I was feeling the very vessel of myself that was to its true adaptment, to its like 100% extreme power of, like, I literally felt like, imagine, what's that nigga name, Black Panther, but at, I don't know, a spiritual level, at not 1,000, yeah, like 1,000%. That's how I felt. That shit was crazy, you know. I couldn't really contain it, so I had to wake myself up and shit. But I didn't really get to the message of my astral projection because how powerful that shit was. And I don't know if I asked or not to do astral projection, or weed just made me astral project on command. But it's probably just made me astral project on command because the type of shit weed does to me when I'm how do I explain this? When it's inside of my system and shit. But that's the end of the video. I'm coming out with a astral projection chips in a few minutes.